After my bow drill fire video, I've got several requests about how to make your bow drill set, what to make it out of, and different techniques on how to make it successful, because bow drill fires can be very challenging. So that's what I'm going to be showing you today. The pieces for your bow drill set that you're going to need is your bow, your fireboard, your spindle, and your hand block. So the bow, starting off with a bow, you want a pretty sturdy, you don't want it to bend too much, stick to whatever length you prefer it, and then just tied with cordage of whatever you have. Around here, wild cordage fibers, yucca, another good one is dogbane or stinging nettle. Well, it doesn't matter what type of wood you make your bow out of, it does matter what you make your hand block out of. This one is my personal favorite. It's cedar, and if you use a wooden hand block, you want to use a hardwood such as cedar. And after I dug out the hole with a rock and used it several times, it became really smooth from all the resin and everything. Another good option for a hand block is a deer knee bone. It has an indention there that works perfect for your spindle and is also a lot smaller than this one. You can also use a rock that has an indention in it. Those will all work good. The most important pieces of your bow drill set are your spindle and your fireboard. For your fireboard, it does matter, and the spindle, what type of wood you use. You want your fireboard to be soft enough you can stick your thumbnail into it and leave a little indention, but you don't want it to be so soft that it's like rotten or pithy. You also don't want resinous wood because then it won't work. Around here, lots of good wood choices for the fireboard are yucca, cottonwood, or even willow. Today what I'm going to be using is yucca. Yucca grows with a stalk like this, which is what you're going to be using, with lots of leaves that look kind of like this, close to the ground. First, I'm going to show you how to make a spindle. I like a length from between half a foot to a foot, though if it's too long or too short, it won't work too well. First, you get your knife and you score it all the way around, being sure to keep the wood between the knife and your thumb. And then, just like that. And then you do the same thing on the other side. Okay, I've whittled down both sides and any bumps off so it's more smooth and rounded. The more narrow side you want to make sharper because when it goes in your hand block you want it to have less friction. The broader side you want it to make more rounded because that's what's going to go in your fireboard, making friction, and that friction is going to create your coal or ember. Okay, now we're going to make the fireboard. So again, I'm going to score it about here and break it off. Now that you have this piece, you're going to want to get your knife, line it up perfectly in the center, and tap it down. And then now you can make two fireboards from the one piece. Then you get your spindle and put it in the palm of your hand so it doesn't split, making an indention there. Then you're going to get your knife and use the tip of it to make dots all the way around. Then you're going to get your knife and pull up those pieces out of there. Now that you have that indentation, you're going to put it again in the palm of your hand so it doesn't split. Get your spindle and really kind of make it so it fits real nice. The most important part of your entire bow drill set is the shape and size of the notch in your fireboard. You want it small enough that the spindle doesn't break through, but big enough that the embers in the dust that's being created when the spindle spins collect here and drop down. You want it almost to the center of your hole. And you want it wider at the bottom than it is at the top. You want to remember to angle it good, and you're gonna kind of like whittle and slice it off. You're not gonna wanna push it too much or else it'll split. And then you wanna be sure to make sure the bottom is open. And then really clean it out really good. We've got the notch made, so that'll work really good. When the spindle spins, it'll like sand off dust, and that dust will superheat, falling out of the notch, and that's where you get your ember from. Now that we've got all 4 pieces, that's your full bow drill set. In the next video, we're going to be showing you different techniques on how to perfect making a bow drill fire. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the trail.